guys, this is Tarot with Kittens, Weights, and Tarot, and today I'm doing a review of the Laughing Eye, Weeping Eye. Yay! And this is a deck by Rebecca Schonecker, and it's an independent deck, so I love me some indie decks. I have an indie deck. I got it right off of her website, and it was, one of those days where you're just kind of like looking for, what other types of like indie decks are out there, and I came across this and I'm so glad that I did. So it came with Rebecca's big business card. So, in case you're interested in, maybe purchasing it yourself, of course, that's, totally up to you. This video is just because I really like the art that's in it, of course, as with all my decks, and if you want to purchase, that's, like I said, up to you. Okay, so it came with a little foldable on the inside. Oh, it looks like we have the Lokester, and I have to get him off here. He wanted to make his video presence known. So it's just a little foldable. It tells you a little bit, about major arcana, what the wands represent, what swords represent, what the cups and pentacles represent, and then some little keywords to help you out with all of the different cards. So, it's kind of like your basic foldable, but, always good to take a look at the booklets or foldables or little white books or books. Sometimes it's like giant books that come with decks. So, I always like to take a look. So, that's nice that that's there. Okay, so taking a look at the box itself, it's just a little cardboard box. Probably be careful, this will kind of slide off if you're traveling with it, so maybe just put a rubber band around it. And it's got a nice sticker on the front. We got Laughing Eye, Weeping Eye. Okay, so I'm going to take the cards out. Ooh, you like that rainbow backing, don't ya? On the inside, we have the L-I-W-I, so Laughing Eye, Weeping Eye on the inside. So nice, cute little sticker. Love the rainbows, of course. So I'm going to put this off to the side. Okay, so before we dive into the cards, I do want you guys to take a good look at the backings, just some little painted triangles, but I really like it. And of course it is, reversible if you're into that. I don't read reversals. I do read the inverse, when I come across a card though, so I don't need to have it upside down. Okay, so it's, you know what? Let me grab a standard tarot card size just so you can get the sizing. So this is your standard tarot card size, and this is from my Considerate Cat Tarot. So if you lay them one on top of the other, you'll notice that the Laughing Eye, Weeping Eye is just a little bit skinnier and, a little bit shorter. So, a little bit smaller, but hey, those people that have smaller hands or like to work with smaller cards, that's for you. Alrighty then, getting into cardstock. I don't know if you can see, there we go. It has a slight sheen to it, but I don't think it's like super glossy. Obviously it has a coating on it to protect the cards, but not bothersome for me. I will say that it's a good, cardstock. It's definitely nice and bendy, so those people that like to riffle shuffle, this will be your jam. For me, I am a side shuffler, so it doesn't really matter much to me. So let's go ahead and start looking at the cards. So I am going to put this down here, and we're just going to do a little zoom in. There we go. So you can see it's really simple. Pretty quirky, but really simple. I have the Kawaii Tarot, and the Kawaii Tarot is like uber simple as well. This has actually a little bit more than the Kawaii Tarot, which is like bare bones, but somehow still really cute. And you still get the gist of the Rider-Waite-Smith, symbolism and, everything that kind of should be there. So like for the death card, okay, so we have like the moth or the butterfly, so rebirth. We have, you know, the skull, and you know, all that. So here you have the plant growing, you have the tombstone. So you know, you get that it's kind of a rebirth thing going on. With the Seven of Wands, okay, well, we know that that's kind of like some conflict, and usually in the Rider-Waite-Smiths, you see the guy taking the high ground, and he's kind of like, stay back, whoosh, whoosh, stay back. It's kind of like the same thing here, you know. So I just like that it's, you know, you've taken the very basic symbols that people are very familiar with, and nice hand being chopped off. And making it, you know, very simple, very clean, and to me, very cute. And I like working with it. The readings are, you know, I don't have any trouble with the readings. I don't have to stop and think like, oh, the Chariot. Let me feel like what is this, you know, going on here. It totally makes sense to me. And yeah. I've used it for client readings. They seem to enjoy it. They seem to understand it pretty well. You know, I've used it for love readings. I've used it for general readings. I've used it for career. You know, I don't really see, at least in my using of this, like its limitations. I've had some serious questions, you know, posed with it. I've had some really like silly questions. You know, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I like to play with my decks a little bit, you know, like not just like sling some cards, but just kind of have fun with them. So when I'm like, okay, do we go to get some Italian for dinner, or do we get some Mexican for dinner, you know? And yeah, so it can play, it can have fun too. It could be serious. It could be fun. I love the Judgment. I mean, the more rainbows in a deck, the better, in my opinion. You know what? Somebody just needs to create a rainbow deck. That's going to be the new thing. You know what? Maybe I'll create a rainbow deck. How about that? I love the colors. You know, I don't know. I love color. I have I think 1 or 2 decks that lack any color. They're just black and white. And usually I don't go for that, you know, those kind of decks, but those couple of decks really appeal to me. But the majority of my decks are highly saturated, colorful, and sometimes there's a lot going on in my decks. Sometimes there's, you know, very minimal, like this. So I think I have a good balance of that. Most of my decks though have like animals and nature, and I don't think I actually have a lot of decks that have too many people in it. So I guess this is another one of those decks that doesn't really have a lot of like people. It's just like symbolism and like some animals, you know, maybe some hands here and there, which is I'm trying to think. There's a tarot deck and oracle deck. I think it's like the Iris Oracle, and you know, the creator of that, it's kind of, you know, got that flavor to it. Sorry, I had dropped the 4 of Cups. But do you like, you know, this cup's all the way over here, doesn't want to hang out with these little cups? Like, nope, I'm not paying attention to that right now. But yeah, this is really cute and a lot of fun, and not just cute, but it's workable, it's readable. And I'm just going to give this a whoa. Sometimes the coating on it makes it kind of slippery. I can give this a little shuffle. I'm going to pull 3 cards for just like a general reading. I guess anybody who's watching, maybe this is for you, maybe it's for me, I don't know. Just so you can see how I'd read with it. So here we go. We'll call this card number 1. We got Temperance. Then we got Knight of Pentacles. Woo-hoo. Oh, that's one too many cards, people. I will say this deck is a jumper. It's got a lot of jumpers. Okay, let me fix this up. So we ended up with Temperance. We ended up with the Knight of Pentacles. And we also have the 9 of Wands. Okay. Okay. So I'm getting more drawn to the card that's in the middle first. So maybe somebody going forward with like an exercise regimen or some sort of business plan or changing of careers or thinking of doing some partnering maybe with somebody on the side, maybe thinking of fixing up the house, some sort of project or thing, that they want to start on. And kind of what the cards are saying here is just to remember to kind of keep everything in balance, as gung-ho as you may be about starting this new project. You can't neglect everything else, because things get a little cray-cray when we do that, when we start to just ignore everything else and just focus solely on that project. So it's great to work on your projects or whatever you're doing, health, house, career, love projects. I mean, just make sure you're keeping everything in balance so everything doesn't become a struggle. All right, so that's it. That was the Laughing Eye, Weeping Eye by Rebecca Schonecker, and I will link her website down below in case you are interested in this deck. Like I said, you don't have to purchase, decks, to be a reader. Readers read anything basically in their environment. I just happen to read with tarot cards, oracle cards, and well, I guess I have seashells too. Actually, I just read with a lot of things, but I happen to have a lot of tarot and oracle decks, and that's one of my main ways to read. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this review. And if you did, don't forget to give this a thumbs up. Don't forget to click subscribe, and don't forget to click that ding, ding, ding notification bell for more videos just like this. And if you want to catch a reading with me, head over to www.kittenswaitsandtarot.com. And if you want me to use this deck, just let me know upon booking in the comments section. And if you head over to my website, I have my oracle deck there. So Wally's World, A Healing Journey Through Sacred Sites, which funded on Kickstarter. Woo! So now pre-orders are on my website. And those will get fulfilled after I fulfill everybody who backed me on the Kickstarters. All right, so I will catch you spiritual homies later. Peace, love, and chicken curse. Peace out.